Welcome back to Folklore, the channel where we dive into history's greatest mysteries. Today, we're flying into a story that has captured imaginations for almost a century. The disappearance of Amelia Earhart, the pioneering pilot whose final flight became a legend. Was it a simple crash, or is there a darker, hidden truth? The final flight, an ambition to conquer the world. In 1937, Amelia Earhart, already a global icon, set out to be the first woman to fly around the world. Her co-pilot was navigator Fred Noonan, and their aircraft was the custom-built Lockheed Electra 10. They had already completed over 35 kilometers, with just one treacherous leg remaining, flying from Lae, New Guinea, to a tiny, 3-kilometer-long island in the Pacific, called Howland Island. On July 20, they took off on what was meant to be an 18-hour journey. Their only hope of landing safely was to rendezvous with the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Itasca, which was stationed near Howland to guide them in. The last transmission. Silence over the sea. As the hours passed, things began to go wrong. Amelia and Fred struggled to find the small island in the vast ocean. Their radio communications with the Itasca were intermittent and filled with static. 7:42 a.m. The Itasca receives a broken transmission from Amelia. Her voice is weak, but she's asking for help. 7:58 a.m. Her voice comes through more clearly. We are on the line 150. 337. We are running north and south. This meant they were flying back and forth, desperately searching for the island. She also reported that their fuel was running low. 8:43 a.m. The final chilling message is received. We are on the line 150. 137. We are running north and south. And then, there was nothing. The world never heard from Amelia Earhart or Fred Noonan again. A massive search was launched, costing millions of dollars, but not a single piece of the plane or any trace of the pilots was ever found. The U.S. government officially concluded that they ran out of fuel and crashed into the ocean. Fact versus folklore. Unraveling the theories. The lack of evidence led to a number of fascinating and sometimes shocking theories about what really happened. The crash and sink theory. Fact. This is the most widely accepted explanation. Running out of fuel, the plane would have crashed and sunk thousands of feet to the bottom of the Pacific Ocean, making recovery almost impossible. The castaway theory. Folklore. This theory suggests they didn't crash at all. They made an emergency landing on Nikumaroro Island, an uninhabited atoll. Believers in this theory point to a few pieces of evidence. Radio distress signals were picked up for several days after the disappearance, and in 1940, a human skeleton and artifacts possibly belonging to Amelia were discovered on the island. The captured spy theory. Folklore. This is the most dramatic theory. Some claim Amelia was a spy for the U.S., tasked with flying over Japanese-held territories. She was shot down or captured and held prisoner until her death. However, there has never been any concrete evidence to support this claim. So, was it a tragic crash? A desperate final stand on a desert island? Or something more sinister? The mystery of Amelia Earhart's last flight reminds us that some legends are simply too compelling to be just a simple story. What do you believe happened to the world's most famous female pilot? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video.